Hi everyone and welcome. I am Marcie Besecker, an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and it is Sunday at noon, so it is time for us to have some fun. We are going to create the Here Together bundle, and it is from the All Together collection, and it's going to be with the click of a button, you're about to make your friend. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I've got some tips and tricks and some information for you. Okay, let's see if I can skip. And of course, it says after the ad, not my 4 seconds or whatever. Hi, Jennifer. Hello. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Kathy. All right. Hi, Tashana. Ooh, cold and breezy. You know, my son or my grandson and my husband are out in the backyard and they both have their shirts off. And my husband took a picture of them saying, California in January, and I'm like, it was foggy and freezing 2 days ago. But they're out there having fun. Hi, Steph. Hi, Judy, Liz. Welcome, everybody. Okay, I've got to move this so I can read it a little better. I have a charger that kind of slants, but that doesn't help me. So I have some fun and exciting news. I've got a really fun project to create with you. And I've got a giveaway. Don't forget, I asked you last time to do something, and a lot of you did. And so there's going to be a drawing for that. From Washington, hi, Katie. Hi, Perry, welcome. So I have to tell you my big news first. So I don't know where my other thing went here, but anyway. This has been on my desk for a little while. I had a piece of paper with measurements and different notes and things. Oh, come here. You want to say hi? Come here. Come here. Come say hi. No? No? My grandson just opened the door and then he was like, because he can see the screens. My husband just laughed like, oops, I let him in there. Hi, Anna. Hi, Gloria, Arlene, and Betty. Welcome. So, remember when I told you that I wanted to extend my craft room? Because my craft room is in an 11 by 11 bedroom. Okay, so it's a very, very small bedroom. Are you going to come say hi? You got to come say hi really fast. And then you're going to go, Papa, come on. You can see yourself on the TV. Come here. Come here. Okay, say hi really fast.
Hi.
Say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
What's your name?
Grayson.
I'm Grayson. So when I say I'm spending time with my grandson, this is who I get to spend time with, right?
Yeah.
All right, go hang out with Papa. All right, have fun.
Have fun.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Oh, sorry about that. He was like, okay, yeah, I'll say hi. So anyway, I've been talking to my husband about wanting to break this wall down in front of me because then there's another 11 by 11 bedroom. So I've been trying to, thanks everybody, I've been trying to talk him into it, but he didn't want to get rid of our guest room. Well, we have a den, and we don't have that many guests anyway. My son lives in town now. My daughter could always stay there. We could always bring the RV over, but we have a den that is a bedroom. It just has glass doors, but there's a closet. And so I said, why can't we put a couch hide-a-bed in there? And we need to live for us, right? Not everybody else that comes to visit us every 5 years or whatever. So he agreed. So we are going to be going through some construction. So before we get the hide-a-bed for the den, I'm going to be moving into the den. It's going to be a little crazy, but so as time goes, we've got some furniture to sell and bedroom furniture and that kind of stuff. But there's going to be changes, and I'm excited. I will. Do the progress and get pictures and share them and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, so some changes are going to be happening. I'm super excited about it because I need more room. My stuff goes to the ceiling, and I don't have a lot of space in here. So people always say, oh, I want a tour of your craft room. And I'm like, well, I could not reach the other side of the room, but almost. It is very, very condensed. I know, you guys, I am super excited. So I'll be sharing that with you. So far I can tell you that this is my floor because we did pick out the floor the other night. So I'm excited about that. So it'll be gray and a white. Ooh. Okay, so I'm kind of deciding on my wall color right now. I'm thinking Oh, I'm not going to tell you. It'll be a surprise. Okay. All right, everybody. Yes, Carol, speaking of bingo, bingo is coming up for February. I hope you guys will join us. It's going to be a lot of fun. I will be doing projects from the annual catalog and from anything that's current. So it'll be a mix and match. I'm not going to do all new. So you guys may have some of the projects. And so, I mean, the bundles and things. So that's really, really good. So I'm going to try and do that because our annual catalog is coming up. We want to get use out of all the stamp sets that we have, right? Okay, Liz, I am very, very jealous because I live in California, and so we don't have not many basements. It's not a normal thing to have a basement. I would say 90% of people don't have basements. That's my assumption. I've never had a house with a basement. I've moved quite a bit. And we don't have big attic spaces like to make a big loft room or, you know, anything like that. I see these people with these big craft rooms and they're like, oh, we decided to convert our basement or our, you know, attic or what our bonus room. And I'm like, we don't have that. We have sunshine and we have, oh, you're Canadian. Okay. So yeah, there's a lot of other places that have an amazing, space. I got to change this to live chat, not top chat. It changed on me. There we go. All right. Now we are up to date. Anyway, whoo. So that's that excitement. Okay, so bingo, I said tulip class. The tulip class is coming up. The deadline is going to be the 5th, I believe. So when you go under events, it should tell you. Let me see if it says here. I did change it to Pacific Standard Time. Thank you. I think it was Katie because I really need to make sure it's Pacific Time. It will be on a Saturday at 4 o'clock. We're going to be just like we are right now. We're going to be on a YouTube live and but it's a private link. So only those in the class will be able to attend. It is February 5th. Is the deadline. And if you are not in the US but you would like to participate, there is still a chance that you can purchase the link to the video and the PDFs. I have like a 5-page PDF for all of the projects that we're going to do, including this cute bag right here. So we're going to be doing this cute bag also. And then these cards right here, these 3 cards right here. So, and then there's some little cards inside here. So we're going to be doing all of that in the class. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hi, Barbara. Okay, so tulip class, bingo. The set I'm using today is Here Together. And then here are the dies. And then we have this black and white paper that I've showed you before. Okay, so all of this is current right now, and you can purchase this. Now, when the new catalog comes, and and then all of the skin-toned markers, which there are 10 of them. So this whole collection is available February 1st. When the new catalog comes, these will be going away. The markers will be staying. So if you want to get the paper, the dies, the stamp set, February 1st, this will be available. So please keep that in mind. Again, this is kind of like the butterfly thing, that things are going to go away and things are going to stay. They just want to kind of offer you an idea of, you know, how to use them, what to use them with, and kind of give you some new things. I converted my guest room to a craft room. Needed a place I could shut the door, right? So much to make it so little time. Don't want to waste my time having to clean up. You got that right, Katie. Close the door, walk away. It'll be there when you come back. Mine is back in my dining room. Hubby has cancer and hip problems, so I need his own room to go to. Oh, Norma, that's understandable. I mean, we all make our sacrifices and we all do what we need to do. When I first started crafting, again, I should say, when I started again, my son was in the military and I was doing, he was in Afghanistan, and I started doing scrapbooks for him. And I stamped before a long time ago, but you know, kids, they're growing up, they're in sports and activities and cheer, and you know, you're running around and you're a taxi for a long time. So I decided to go back and start doing scrapbooks. So for my son when he was in the military. And that's how I got started. And I was in a little tiny corner in the back of my living room so I could still watch TV, but have my lights and everything, you know, where I was working. And I just started doing that. And then it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Then all of a sudden we didn't have any kids. And I'm like, I'm moving in a room. So we did that. And that's how this started up again. Anyway, so let's get started with the kit and this beautiful bundle. Don't forget, I'm doing a drawing. I have that written down so I can hopefully check my list and not forget. Oh, right, Liz, I know when we showed our contractor guy the house, because I have a friend that's a contractor from high school, so I called him and I said, I need you to come and check. Do we need a beam? Is this, you know, retaining wall? What if we do this? What if we do that? And he came and just gave us some information because we're going to demo and we're going to probably do, you know, the flooring and the paint. He'll come back. He said he'll do the electrical and the finishing. I told my husband, I don't want it to look like a big old patch job. So I want them to come finish it. And he came and looked, and before I opened up my craft room door, I'm like, okay, be prepared. And he just said, wow, this is organized. And I'm like, okay, if you look this far up, maybe. But anyway. All right, so let's get busy. We have a lot to do, a lot of fun. So this is the card we're going to create. I just loved doing something a little bit different. The paper was black and white, a lot of the paper, and I really liked this paper. And I was trying to see, before I came up with this, if I could, you know, tie this in, but I made a lot of these. So those of you that did... This is bingo, I believe. So this is a sneak peek, and you should be getting your bingo or have already. So this is going to be your bingo. Thank you. And so, surprise. I always blow your surprise, but now I'm getting crunched for time. So hi, Laura. Welcome. So I decided I didn't have enough paper because we're limited on our paper purchase to send everybody out some of the paper from bingo, but they've got some really cool, you know, things in here, different patterns, different pieces, some stripes. You could color the hands. I mean, it's not all hand stuff. There's a lot of, look at these hearts. There's a lot of other stuff you can do. So it's a fun paper. And so then I said, okay, I wanted to do something kind of fun and uplifting, and so this is where I came up with this. So I've got a few things done and a few things not, but I've got some definite tips and tricks. So we have our white card base, and I went ahead and I added a layer inside. Yes, you could add another color on the inside, which is, I chose not to. I chose to stamp this one because I was making a ton of them, and I was really wanting you guys to get your bingo packs out. So I chose not to do that and take more time up. I was just trying to get them out for you. So we're going to set this aside. And then what we're going to start with is, we have a few things here. I did go ahead and use the gingham panel. So this is Flirty Flamingo and Pool Party. And I used the... right, Liz. I used the gingham embossing folder. So we're going to go ahead and put that right on top. And that's a 4 by 5 1/4. And I went ahead with our Stitch So Sweetly. This paper is from the rainbow paper. So this is the paper here. I used the hearts. It's got the stripes on the back. And I went ahead and did the, you know what, let me double check which one. I feel like I'm going to be in a little fog here for the next couple months, but I'm going to try and get myself ahead of time. So it's the largest and the second to largest is what I used. So I did the Pool Party hearts there with the largest one. And then the smaller one, I used the second one down. We're going to stamp on this, so we'll set that aside. I took another paper inside, this paper here, which is the Flirty Flamingo, and I went ahead and I punched my heart. You're going to use both of these. Your heart punch, I just put heart 2, so I know that these go together. So this is with the heart punch set. One's a scallop and one is not. We're going to use both of those. And then for the sentiment, we're going to use the rectangle postage. And so we'll be using that. And again, you're going to use that on here too. So let's set that over there. We're going to set our heart. And we don't need that. And I'm going to show you what we're going to do with the pool party, which is really kind of fun. I did take another strip on the card and put it down here. My husband's going to run in here in a minute because my grandson just came in. Okay, you got to be quiet, okay? And watch me. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take our white and let's get our stamping done first.
Why are you on there?
Because I'm showing people how to do this. My lovely husband is probably not noticing my grandson isn't here. Yeah, you got to be quiet. No, you go with Papa outside. He's in here. So I'm going to take the pool party and just randomly stamp. I hear my husband, where are you, buddy? Okay, so just kind of random. You don't want it, you know, like you don't have to make it crazy everywhere. And then I like to kind of, it doesn't have to be all going the same way. Hi, Patricia. I didn't receive my paper share yet. Cheryl, you should be anytime. All right, so that is this one. So we can put the, oh, you know what? We're going to go ahead. Let me do this while we're here. Let's stamp our sentiment because we're going to use these colors on there too and do a little heart. So let's just get that out of the way. So think about how this goes. I'm just going to do it straight here on the bottom. I like to stamp first, at least the sentiment. That way you know that's going to be straight on your image. It doesn't have to necessarily be straight on your paper. But once you go in and use your punch, you can punch it where it needs to go. My son is getting flooring for his house. They're redoing their floor. And he forgot to use it. He gets a military discount. And so he's got, well, he has to run to 3 different stores to get his flooring because he needs a lot of it. And so that's where he's going. And so he's like, can you watch him for just a little while? Okay, so on the heart right here, what I did for the sentiment is I stamped off 2 times and then I just went with the 3rd right there. So it's just very, very lightly in there. And so Papa's not a very good babysitter, huh?
Papa.
Go rinse your hands because I know you got soap all over them. I can see it. So tell Papa to help you with your hands. Okay, so then I'm going to take this one and I'm going to stamp off twice. And let me close the door. I'm so sorry. Grayson walks in here and he puts his hand up to his mouth like, shh, I gotta be quiet. And then I hear him out there like, Grayson, where are you? He's quick. Now he's going to kind of understand during the day when he comes home and I'm like, whoo, I'm tired. He's going to be like, really? All right, so now we're just going to kind of fill in the Flirty Flamingo. And I just like to, again, just kind of switch it up a little bit. I'm going to put a little more up here. And this is just for a background, so that's good. All right. Yeah, I think it was 60s, like in the mid 60s a couple days ago. It's probably really nice here today. I mean, it is. I don't know what the temperature is. All right, so we're going to have this go on here. And I would I would have loved to have taken this ribbon and gone all the way around this and even leave that still, but I didn't. I ran out of ribbon. I just got 6 spools today in the mail, so but I didn't have any, and I love this ribbon, so obviously I used it all. Okay, so that's going to go there. Now let's do our hands. So we're going to take, and I love this, the hands with the heart. I just think that is just so neat. So I wanted to use this. I like to kind of, especially on red rubber, I kind of like to just, I don't know why, I just like to rub it, make sure it gets in all the grooves, and then I just kind of go back over it. All right, and then we're just going to stamp that. Okay, so there's our hands. I love stamping on sentiments just to kind of give it a little more, you know, interest with your card. So I like that a lot. Oh, 61 step. Okay, so 61 here. Right, Laura? See, he can see my laptop over there, but I have a monitor over here that I'm looking at. So as soon as he walks in, he's like, what are you doing? He knows I'm doing something. Okay, so these are the colors that I chose. Okay, I have my clear one here, my color lifter in case I need it. But I'm using 600, 800, 900, and 1,000. So those are the ones that I'm using. Let's see if you can get a better picture. I don't know if you can see that very well, but so 600, 800, 900, and 1,000. So it's darker the lower number you go. Okay, the higher number is the lightest. So I just kind of put them in order in front of me so I know which way I'm going. So what I did is I took the 600 and I'm just kind of going over the lines. I'm just kind of inside the line, but just kind of giving it a little bit of a depth. And you guys know I am no color expert, but I like to just give it. Oh, you know what? I was wondering why I had that out. I had the polished pink because I did her nails in polished pink. Okay. And so just kind of go along. My son's so funny. He's like, oh, can you watch Grayson just for like an hour? And I'm like, pop again. I had just asked my husband, what are you going to do today? Because he went snowboarding yesterday. And he's like, oh, I don't know, this, which was, you know, just sitting around. And he said, I don't know, watch Ozark or something. And then all of a sudden my son calls. Okay, so I'm going to just, you just want to dab because it's such a tiny little spot. You don't want to get on the outside, but you definitely want to add some little polish right there if it's going to be a girl's hands. All right, so I'm going to move this one to the back so I know that I've used this one already. And so now I'm going to come up to here to the next one, which is 800. And now I'm just going to kind of go around and and you don't want to go like too much because you don't want it to bleed out. But I do want to put a little bit of color there to kind of blend in the darker color and kind of have it blend a little bit, and just keep turning your paper so that you don't want to do your hand all over. Just keep turning your paper so you're comfortable. And I'm just going to kind of blend that a little bit. And it doesn't really, you don't have to go too little, too dark. And then sometimes I like to just kind of do some lines so that it kind of all feathers in together, because you don't want it to look like you know how they have the diorama things where, let me see, where can I find? Well, I got a bazillion of these from a project. So how it's like when you have the darker color and then you do the next color. You know what I mean? You don't want to have all these layers, you know, like those gobstopper things. You don't want to do that. So that's why you want to get close enough to kind of have it bleed a little bit. And then I like to feather the color in a little. And to just kind of move the ink around a little bit. And then when you do the feathering, it's because you're going to be bringing in more colors and they'll kind of blend together too. It doesn't all have to be on the outside here. And so just kind of, I like to just kind of, and this is the darker bit, so you're going to bring in some lighter colors. And you can go in circles, you can, I mean, it really doesn't matter. It all kind of blends in. I don't like to do lines except that outside line because I want it close. I don't want a whole lot of that. Okay, and see how I can just kind of circle it up. And you don't want to do a whole bunch on top of each other. I'm going to do this darker one underneath because that's where underneath the fingers are going to be a little darker. Oh no, Carol, I'm sorry. Hi, Olivia. I do too, Tashana. I really love them. I was just trying to find a good mix of colors and, oops, wrong end. I like to use the bold end for this because it's not super big. It's, you know, you just got to keep working with your colors and get the colors that you want. Okay, so now I'm going to kind of fill this in. And this one is number 900. And this one has more of a pink. You're getting into the lighter colors now. And I want to kind of blend that. I don't want them to look dirty. So that darker color, you kind of want to make sure that it's blended. So I'm just going to go back over a little bit. Okay, I'm going to kind of let that dry, move on to this one, and I'll go back to that one. Okay. So just kind of go in, and it's all about, you know, when you do little strokes, you get a little more depth to it. You don't want it to look like you have a puddle of ink that's moving around. And then I just kind of went straight across, not like a super, you know, straight line or anything, but just kind of wanted this to blend a little dark line there. Okay, now it dries really fast, but if you just keep doing it, it's going to keep pushing your color. And so you don't want to do a whole bunch of harsh marks. Okay, so I've got pretty much all that color. This right here is a little bit brown. I kind of want to make sure I blend that in. Like I said, I don't want it to look dirty. Okay, so there's that. Now the last color I do is the 1000, and it's kind of a little bit of a pink tone. And so you are going to take this, and I just kind of go over it just to kind of give it a little more of that natural, and you'll see the difference here in a second. And just give it, and you're not going to puddle it up, you're just going to add that tone, and you can see where it's, you know, let me see if I bring this in a little bit. I should have brought you guys closer. So it's a little pinker here, and it's kind of hard to see, but it does add a little bit of a pink tone. So let's see if you can see the difference. No, it doesn't look on TV like, I mean, you can't really see it that much, but keep just add that pink tone in there. Just so it makes it look a little more natural. I guess in the summer you can do the little more brown or whatever, but you know, it's up to you. Like I said, just pick your skin tones that you like, play with them, kind of get an idea of what you want. And there you go. And they'll lighten up, and they'll kind of blend a little bit, let them just sit for a little bit. And then I may go back over them. I'm kind of thinking I want to go back over with this color. Yeah, I may make them just a tad darker because they kind of look a little yellow. I think I may have went over them just a little much with the lighter color, so I'm going to blend it a little bit with this. It looks a little more. Although it's, don't look at mine, it's winter. I don't have any tan, any color. There, now it looks like a healthy person with a little bit of color. Like it's not winter. Okay, so anyway, I'm good with that. So, and I added back a little bit of the 800. Okay, so we're going to die cut this. So let me just bring this in really, really quick. We're going to get our hands here. So the only one you need is this one. I know you guys are really close right now. Let me just cut this. It's the only thing I need to die cut. Now, once you die cut too, you're going to kind of notice that you probably need to go down the wrist a little bit and make sure it's evened out. Yeah, for those of you that have these, I know you just love them. They're so nice. Of course, I even prepared. I'm hoping that we have more blends next year. Of course, we're going to have the in color ones. So I ordered another Stampin' storage when it was on sale this week. And get my tape on here. So I ordered another one so that I have it just in case we have more. Okay, so now we're done with that. So here we are with our hand, and now we're going to do this fun part. So let me pull it out just a little bit. You don't need to be this close now. I don't want you guys to get motion sickness. All right. So what I did is the first immediate thing I saw is I wanted to see the hands and the heart. And so what I did is I took this heart, and this is the one I cut out with a scallop. Okay, so now I'm going to take this, and I just took some seal, and I only did around the hands, like up the hands, down the center. Okay, so it's all the way around the hands right there, and I'm not worried about down here because that's going to be taken care of. So I'll show you what I did. All right, so we're gonna take our hands and bring this heart in and just kind of put it, I did the thumbs and the top, just kind of centered it a little lower than what you would think. You just want to make sure you get that right in the picture. And so there we go. So that's what I did. And then while you have your hands on here, the next thing you're going to do, hi Samantha, how are you? Is you're going to take your scallop heart again. So let's take our scallop heart again. Hold on to your hands here. I am right-handed, but it seemed like the right one was angled a little bit better to hold on to. See how you kind of have an edge here and not much over there? And then just bring that right back exactly where you cut it. And you can slowly go down and make sure you're exactly right there. Okay, so I can see my heart is popping up inside where I already cut. And now you're going to cut it. And so there is your heart. The next thing I did is I'm going to take my pull party. And I'm going to, oops. You're going to take your regular heart, which is where I got all those hearts I just colored on, and you're going to punch a heart out. And I'm going to show you what not to do. See how close it is to the edge there? You don't want that. You want to go up away so you have plenty of space to work with. Okay, now you're going to take your other one with the scallop and you're going to center it. So center it all the way around so you have a decent amount. Okay, so just like that, you've got your pull party all the way around, and now you're going to cut that, and now this is like a little lace piece. Okay, and now we're going to lay that right on top. See how easy that was? And now that's how I get all these extra little hearts. I have a whole bucket full. So you may see those coming up soon. All right, so now, hi Terry, you take your little glue here, and I just kind of dabbed it. I just kind of put a little bead around. Just a tiny bit. I hope you guys have started getting your bingo packets. You should have. I know I've gotten a couple messages that you've gotten them, so that's good. All right, and now you just take this little guy. I start from the bottom and just work your way around. And see, you can see where, you know, you might need to push it up a little bit. It's so fragile right here. You really want to make sure you just kind of move everything around. If you have the bottom and then the top in the middle aligned, the rest is really easy to just kind of make a little movement around. And even if it's not aligned exactly, once you push it out a tiny bit, you're going to cover up that bottom portion and do it while it's still wet. And now your heart is all covered and you've got that cute little lace. Okay. Oh, I'm really good, Samantha. Thank you. All right, so there we go. So now we're going to bring our card in. Oh, you know what we forgot to do is let's do our inside really quick. Let's bring our heart back. We'll start with the Flirty Flamingo. And these I just went across and just kind of randomly, because you're going to stick that other color in there. And I just kind of just went just like that. All right. And now we're going to bring in our pull party. Oh, you are welcome, Carolyn. I'm glad you got everything. Okay, now take your pull party. And I kind of, you know, you don't want them to all go the same way as the pink, but you don't want all your other color to go one way. And so just kind of, I just kind of did that, just random. All right, so now what I did is, let's put this on the inside. My husband is so funny. We had one of these, I think it was for not even Christmas. I think it was in the summertime. I gave the grandkids these really long bubbles with the long bubble thing in it. And so I told my husband to go outside and I said, can you, Grayson wanted to play bubbles. So my husband takes it and he takes the long bubble thing out and he's like, and like one little bubble would go and he'd be like, and I go, honey, I knew he was doing it wrong. So I walked out there and I'm like, I knew I had to show you. So I put it in there and I, you know, did the whole wand thing and then there's just bubbles everywhere. And he just starts laughing like, I'm such a loser because he didn't know how to do it. And so I'm kind of enjoying that he's having fun with my grandson and he's probably going to be exhausted and need a nap. Now you can understand what I do. So funny. Okay, so there we go. Let's see. Sorry, was that Calypso? It was Flirty Flamingo. So that, yeah. Thank you, Tashana. Flirty Flamingo and Pull Party. So those are the two colors. I don't know why. It's always when I go up close, it just looks terrible. But yeah, that's what it is. Okay, so we have the inside. We are going to work on our panel because I like to do that just in case we goof up. I'm going to say, so what I like to do is I like to take a pen and I like to put your bottom of your Flirty Flamingo like you're going to do with this one here. And I liked my paper. We're going to do the bottom of the paper right about there. Okay, so that's the bottom. So then I bring this in like this. And then I'm going to take our strip that we had. I'm going to have to start getting a bucket so I can put these things in. What did I do with it? Okay, you guys, it's a long strip. What did I do with it? Do you see it? Well, I have another one here, but that's kind of weird. I didn't think I put it back in here, but maybe. Okay, so here we go. No, this isn't it because the hearts are wrong. So if you look at the hearts, see how they're sideways? The other ones, I made sure that I cut them this way, so they were the right way. So let me make sure I didn't toss it, and then I'll look up and see if you guys see it. What did I just do with that? Is that just the craziest thing? I know I just had it. Okay, that's not it. So, all right, it's here. I just had it. I know it is. Okay, let me see if it's stuck to the bottom of my machine, because that has happened, but it's not. All right. Oh, here it is. Look at, see, it's hiding. Silly. Okay, see what I mean by the hearts? Because I did have a lot of these pieces cut out, and so I thought, oh, I'm just going to cut these up. And then when I was going to do that, I realized the hearts were going the wrong way. And I didn't want that, so that's why I recut them, and here we go. All right, so now what I'm going to do is we can go ahead and use our seal. And I don't go all the way because this is longer. This is the bottom, so make sure paper's on there. Oh, you guys, I'm too low. Here, let me move this up. I always do it at the bottom of my paper, so there we go. Sorry about that. Okay, so I put it right here, and then I measured, and I'm going to do this one at the bottom. Right here and right here. So now it's nice and straight on there. All right, make sure you guys are on live chat. I'm trying to get people used to that because for bingo, I know it's kind of a struggle for some people to make sure that their phone stays on the live chat. That way you're up to date. Okay, so let's take this, and I glued this right down, so we'll just do that. I just did 3 little swatches. And okay, there's that. And I'm going to use glue because we're putting it right on top of here, which is an embossing folder. So I like to put glue to make sure it's not going to go anywhere. And it gets in that groove, those grooves. And so I want this just a little bit down. And I just kind of eyeball. It doesn't have to be exact. Hi, Debbie. How are you? All right. And now we're going to put some dimensionals. And, you know, I'm loving this foam tape. So I'm just going to put a little piece like that right on here. Make it nice and strong. I am loving this stuff. All right. So we'll put that on. And I want to see this, but I want to see this up here. And so I'm going to kind of just make kind of an even spot right about there and put that there. And then for the heart, I am going to do a piece like this. And then like this, we'll take our heart. This is really nice and fast, actually. So you don't have to, I mean, the dimensional, the adhesive on the back is nice. I don't need this whole thing, so I'm going to come like this. And I'm going to cut right along the bottom and then over. So there we go. And then I will just put that there. All right, we'll take this. All right, so we're going to do that. And now I'm going to get it kind of up here in the corner, a little overlapping here, but not so much up here because I want this to kind of be down. So we'll do that. I already did a bow. You guys have seen me do a bow a bazillion times. So I'm just going to add that. Like I said, I would have put it all the way around, but I kind of liked adding this strip. And so that works out fine for me. And my glue dots, here they are. And so I like to put 2 glue dots just kind of right next to each other, just so extra strength. I'm just going to add that right there. And now I was going to put our new beautiful rhinestones on your guys' cards. But I decided not to do that because on accident I grabbed the ones that were closest to me, and I'm really happy with how that turned out. So as soon as I can find what I did with those. Okay, so I used the Opal Rounds, and I actually really like these. I do too, Janelle. This ribbon is one of my favorites. Any of these sheer ribbons I love. Okay, so what I did is I always take my my tool here. I'm going to take a large one and just put it right here to kind of fill up that space. And then I took 2 medium ones, which these are all large now. 2 medium ones, and I just kind of put one here, and then I put one like over here. They always say it's good to do it in a triangle. So I like it because it kind of brings your eye everywhere, but it's always just right here where your main focus is. So now, again, because we have, oh look, I popped a couple off. Don't want to lose our gold here. These are like gold. I always say my golden nuggets. I don't want to lose my golden nuggets. So be careful. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to do adhesive on here. I'm going to do glue because, again, you have your, I'm going to use my large glue, though, as soon as I can get to it. There we go. There we go. Make sure it's on right. I just kind of make sure I look across the bottom and to the sides, and I want to move it to the right just a little. And there you go. So there is our card. I have a little bit of glue that just came out right here, so I'm just going to wipe that off. And then I come back and I just make sure I get all that glue off, and it comes right off. I love it. And same thing up here. There we go. And so there are our cards. So you can, you know, change up your skin tones. You can, you know, kind of do whatever you are, you know, whatever you want with your hands. And that's what I really like about these skin tone markers is we get 10 of them. And I only used 4, and these are 4 of the lighter colors. Lighters, I didn't do 700. So I have 6, 8, 9, and 1,000. And I just didn't like the way the 700 was working with these tones, but it would probably work great with like the 500, 400, and that kind of thing. Oh, thanks, Tashana. So yeah, so there we go. And again, your heart, you know, your bow, you can make your little tails longer if you want, or bigger. It just, if you watch my bow video, it just depends on the size of, you know, how you move your fingers around and that kind of thing. So there you go. Oh, good, Kathy. I'm glad you got it. Oh, thank you, Crystal. So I hope you guys liked that. Let me find, let's see. All right. So we're going to have a prize. Oh, good, you guys. I'm glad you liked it. It's really, I thought it was really a fun, and I loved the comment, you know, the sentiment. Every act of kindness changes the world. And again, this is like a perfect thank you card to give to somebody that it does a little extra. And I think it's really cute to put, you could take another pocket like this and put it inside or up here and put a little gift card in it or whatever you want. To give it to a barista or a server. Those people, they've been doing a lot, right? Yeah, I'm sorry, Liz. But I do have a tulip class available, and if you want to just do the video and get the PDFs. Okay, so anyway, here's the cards. So I am going to do a drawing, and I've asked you guys if you could please comment on my last video because that helps my YouTube very much. So by you coming back and commenting really, really helps my YouTube say, oh, there's people watching her YouTube. They're liking it. They're sharing it. They're commenting. You know, they're subscribing, that kind of thing. And so I've asked you to do that. So we are going to go over here and do a drawing. And you have to be in the US only. And so let's see who our winner is. Mary Blotcher. Let me write that down. Mary Blotcher, you are the winner. I hope you are in the US. Mary Blotcher. Congratulations. So what is Mary going to win? Let me go back up here. Uh-oh. Let's see. Oh, I have to... My screen always gets kind of crazy here when I switch. Okay, so what Mary is going to win... I'm sorry, hold on. I'm having issues trying to get my screen switched back over to you. There we go. Okay. So what Mary's going to win is everything in here. So let me show you. Oh, weird. That's weird, Gloria. I don't know why. Thanks, Liz. I'm like, I have to go to like the program I use here for my videos. I have to go behind it to my internet where I'm connected and then click on the pick a winner, but I can see it on my program, and then I'm like, am I on my program or am I not? I don't know, it's weird. Okay, so she is going to get some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. She is going to get some of the foam adhesive that I love so much. She is going to get the iridescent rhinestones and some brushed metallic adhesive gems, or backed dots, I guess they call them. And she is going to get the card that I just created today. So that is what she will get, because I really appreciate when you guys comment and when you come back and make a comment. Now, that being said, I am going to be doing some construction like I told you at the beginning of the video. So if you missed it, go back and take a look at it. And if you can, please bear with me and make sure you come and check out my videos. Check out some of my old videos. I still have a lot of content from the catalog, things that you may have started watching a few months ago. Go back and look at some of the other items. There's a lot of really great projects, and please comment. I may just randomly pick a video and do a comment and say something about remodel. That's going to be the secret word. Say remodel, because when I do a choose, I can choose to have a specific word. And so maybe say, I hope your remodel's going okay, something, whatever. Or I heard you're doing a remodel. And I know it's not going to be really, really quickly because I've got to sell my bedroom furniture first. But that way I can choose those who are paying attention and making comments like I've asked, and not the people that made comments a year or two ago. So I will pick a video that's commented on a lot, and we'll go from there. So I'll do some more prizes, and I plan on still doing my videos. There might be a little time that I'm not, because we're going to be moving into the other room and trying to get everything set up, which is going to be a whole lot of fun. But that's maybe a few weeks away, so hang in there. If you would like to see something in particular, what I'd like for you to do is, if you can come back and go into this video, leave a comment and let me know what you would like for me to create with. I have Wednesdays picked out, but not next Sundays. So leave a comment, and I will see you on Wednesday. Don't forget, the tulip class is up and ready. It closes on February 5th. We have a lot of people. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's a private link, and we are going to go in and create some really great projects. Yeah, I know California is a long ways, you guys. And so this is an online class on a Saturday. So my grandson's out there howling. So I hope you guys will do that. Again, bingo is in February. It's on the 15th. That is also going to be a whole lot of fun. And thank you so much, Cheryl, for the thumbs up. I really do appreciate that, you guys. It does help so much. One of the interesting things is, I don't mention this enough, but I get a lot of people that say, I'm a demonstrator. I can't purchase from you. I wish I could. Or I have a demonstrator, but I watch you all the time. I wish I could support you. You could always support on the video down below. There's a little, like a little $sign, $1, whatever. One of the things I'm going to show you is I like to cut up stamp sets, and I'm trying to find my cut up stamp set. I just used it in a class yesterday, but I do this often on several stamp sets. Is I cut this off, this one off here that belong to this that look like this on the front. And so this is an extra stamp set, and I do this so that we can, do cards like this. And so I did this in a class, and you can stamp this image on your background, or use it as part of a background or whatever, and then that way you don't have to have those lines on there. You could fussy cut that out, but it's just different things like that, different stamp sets. I like to show you some options, and those little bit of funds that you guys send, which I really appreciate, help me buy those kinds of things to be able to ruin a stamp set, as some people would think, but it actually in the long run becomes super helpful. And it may be your choice to create like that and not use the label. I love the label. I wouldn't cut that up, so I had to buy another stamp set. My heart one, there's 3 little hearts on the Sweet Talk. Stamp surgery, right? On the Sweet Talks, I cut that. I cut that up. Crystal, what I did with this is I met with 3 of my brand new demonstrators, and I didn't know what I met with 6 of them, but 3 of them were brand new, and I didn't know what their experience was, and they all just signed up. What does the $sign mean? I'll tell you in just a second, Gloria. And so what I did is I gave them white paper, 1 colored paper, one of the colors. I gave them 3 for bases and everything, and then 1 color of ink other than the black, and some gems. And I said, create whatever you want. So I thought this was a really good way to show customers how to start stamping on a budget, or a new demonstrator that may not know what to get, or how much, or can only start out a little at a time. So we took some white paper and we just stamped the whole sheet. And somebody else did this recently, which gave me the idea, and I'm trying to remember who it was. I didn't know her. I just saw her do it on YouTube. What happened was I was going to do this. You know how the old stamp it, cut out the middle, layer it up. That's what I was going to do. Everyone needs to look. And so then I saw what she did, and she said, just do a whole sheet, make whatever you want. So it's kind of like a one sheet wonder, but you just kind of create it. So let me see, my video is kind of backwards. So that's what we did. I gave them 1 white card base, which is here, 3 of the matching color of the ink, and I showed them, stamp off, do 1, 2, and 3 generations, and then that way you can kind of come up with all different kinds of cards. And it just worked out to, 3 sheets of a colored paper, 1 ink color, and a white sheet of paper. And so anyway, that's kind of where those came from. So that's what that card was. Yeah, so the $sign, so basically it's kind of new to me too. And so you click on it and it'll say, do you want a badge, or and or you know, I don't know a lot about it because it's something new at my level I was able to get. And so it just helps. You're donating to my channel is all it is. $1, $5, $10, whatever you want to do. And it just, that's all it is. So it's just a donation. So if, I mean, a lot of people ask, a lot of people say they wish they could. Yes, bingo helps huge. And so does any of my online classes, because I have to buy product to, you know, to do the classes and stuff, and it helps my business too. So anyway, I do appreciate that. Somebody had asked me about it, so I thought I'd share that. I cut mine and it goes back together. Yeah, Cheryl, you can cut them and then align them, especially like on, you know, blocks or your Stamparatus or whatever. I just chose that I wanted to stamp it, and I did this in a class, and so two sets seemed better. But that way I can just not have to be piecing it together during videos too. So that was helpful. Thanks, Crystal. It is, Cheryl. It's a great set. I love it. Okay, so let's see. If there's no other questions, I don't see any. You guys have a wonderful rest of your week. I hope that you will join us for bingo. On my blog up here, you can go there under events, and it will have the bingo sign up. Just follow that. There's a link below also for bingo and the tulip class. And I would love for you to join us. We're going to have a lot of fun. Thanks to Shauna. See you later. So I'd appreciate it. And the class for the tulip class is closing on the 5th. So I need to start prepping and get those out to you right away so that you will have your kits so we can create these gorgeous projects. And that will be on the Saturday after bingo, which is the 15th. And we always have so much fun. Oh, Perry, I'm glad you got your kit. Great. Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful time. I will keep you posted on my remodel and construction. So far, I am now on a planning program, kind of layering stuff out and seeing what we're going to do. So I'm excited. See you later. Have a great week. Bye.